Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Week 16 of the NFL regular season. In review, we have Chiefs versus Raiders, the Eagles versus Giants, 49ers and Ravens, and Cowboys versus Dolphins. So stay with me. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Today I'm going to start off by saying that I had a great Christmas. I just stayed up watching football and watched a little bit of NBA. And I'm just back here going to record this podcast now. So, my first topic I want to go over is Chiefs versus Raiders. The Chiefs fell to the Raiders at 20-14, and the Chiefs are now 9-6, and they weren't able to clinch the AFC West. The struggles I see now is that Pat Mahomes are not having the resources that he once had when he first started out in Kansas City. When he started out in Kansas City, he had Sammy Watkins, he had a Tyreek Hill to throw to, he had a Travis Kelce to throw to. But now it's like it's kind of all that is gone, and he's just trying to find a way just to even just make a play out there. The Raiders were able to get some picks and able to get other turnovers because of that. They pressured Mahomes a lot, and Mahomes was just forced to throw bad throws. He threw a pick six, I remember, in the first quarter, and it's just like right after that, you could just tell that things weren't right for the Chiefs. I just really hope they get things right on the offensive end, because a loss like that, should make them say like, "Hey, I want to, turn this around." But we'll see going into the last 2 weeks how they progress or regress before they make the playoffs. So my second topic I want to go for is the Eagles are still alive for the top seed. They beat the Giants yesterday 25-33, and the Eagles are 11-4. They're tied with the 49ers, who we'll be talking about them soon. The Eagles played a tough game against the Giants. Giants fought back. They benched their starting quarterback, Tommy DeVito, and put in Tyrod Taylor, and he did pretty well. Some people believe that the Eagles are regressing. I don't think they're regressing, honestly. I feel like they're right where they need to be. It's just that when you deal with a lot of injuries, especially pertaining to your quarterback, Jalen Hurts, he's been fighting that knee injury all season. He's not going to be at his very best. So he played a great game. He made the throws that needed to be made in the fourth quarter, and they won the game. So in my opinion, I feel like the Eagles, they can move forward and they can do what they need to do in the last 2 weeks before their playoff run, and we probably will see some progression. My next topic I want to get to, which I just said, 49ers fell to Ravens on Monday night. I feel like this, to me, it wasn't really a surprise. This was a 33-19 loss that they took. Brock Purdy had 4 turnovers. I think all those were interceptions. The Ravens defense is very competitive. They're very aggressive. And I feel like Brock Purdy has never really seen a defense like that before. You could say the Eagles, but if anything, the Eagles weren't as intense as the Ravens. The Ravens found a way to keep Purdy contained, keep everybody contained, and basically just force turnovers. Purdy tried to make the throws, but it was almost a Ravens defender in every area of the field, so he couldn't make those throws. And also you have an offense that's just now progressing into a pass offense. Over the time when Lamar Jackson was there, he wasn't a passing quarterback like we see now. He would more than likely run, do the read option. You wouldn't really see much of the receiver starting. Now you have Zay Flowers. Now you got Odell Beckham Jr. You got those guys who can support Lamar and get the ball down the field in many different ways. You also have Isaiah Likely, who is bursting onto the scene as probably, maybe in the next couple of years, you will probably see him being one of the greatest tight ends in the game. I'll call it. But when you see those offensive pieces just thriving, and you also see the defense, that's what makes the Ravens such a complete team. The 49ers were the same in some aspect, but when you look at the AFC, you got more competitive teams than what you see in the NFC. So when those two came together, I kind of knew that the Ravens was going to do it because they were just more aggressive, they were more competitive. And that's just all for that. So The next 2 weeks, 49ers, I feel like they're going to win the game. They're going to win out. It's going to be interesting to see the 49ers and Eagles and how it goes in the playoff picture and who gets the top seed. And I'm ready to see that. Like, when I look at the Cowboys in that game specifically, I just want to point out that Dak actually played a great game. I'm not even going to front. He was actually playing a good game. It just comes times where he's very indecisive on what he wants to do in the pocket. Sometimes he wants to run, sometimes he wants to throw. And sometimes when he runs out the pocket, he's not looking to run. He's looking to throw. And he sometimes make bad throws or just gets sacked, and it becomes a wasted possession. And also on the first drive, there could have been a touchdown that could have added 7 points to Dallas' 20 points in the entire game. Mind you, the score was 20-22. Final score, Dolphins won. If the Cowboys' first drive had a touchdown instead of a fumble that occurred at the goal line, they would have had 27 points to Dolphins 22. And it would have been a different game, and Cowboys probably would have been able to just keep their foot on the Dolphins' neck the whole time. So, honestly, when I think about the Cowboys, they're not a team that's not competitive. They can be competitive. They could give you that spark. It just not sometimes. It's just sometimes the timing is very off because against teams like this, they should win, but it's just simple mistakes, and that's what the Cowboys got to look at in the playoffs. It's just simple mistakes, the turnovers. You turned over the ball once, that might be something that they regret. So the Cowboys can win out this season. They have the Lions on Saturday night. I feel like the Lions would beat the Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys would beat the Lions. Excuse me, my fault. And they'll definitely beat the Commanders. I mean, that'll be a game where that'll just be a freebie if they want to play it. Because, now in the last week of the season, they'll probably sit out some players. Now, looking into Week 17, we have a couple matchups I like to see. We have Cowboys versus Lions on Saturday night. I feel like the Cowboys are going to beat the Lions. The Lions never really showed that they can beat a team that's top tier. I'm not saying the Cowboys are top tier, but this is a team that they might have to, say, hey, we could beat this team. And I feel like the Cowboys will own up to it and beat the Lions. And that'll just be a confidence booster for them going into Week 18. Next game I got is a good one. This is a very good one because both of these teams are coming off wins. I have the Ravens versus Dolphins. Ravens versus Dolphins is probably one of the best games of Week 17, if not the best, because these two teams are very competitive. They're in the AFC. They're both trying to prove that they're one of the best teams in the league, not even in the conference, just the league itself. Lamar Jackson is on the roll right now. He's front runner for MVP ever since he won against Brock Purdy that night. And the 49ers. He's gonna have a big game. He's gonna have a very big game. Tua Tagovailoa is not really prone to like that pressure that the defense get. I'm telling you, the Ravens defense is something to look for, and it's gonna show when they play against Tua Tagovailoa. Even if he has Tyreek Hill, Ravens found some way to shut that down. And also you have Lamar Jackson with his newly improved offense. I feel like the Ravens will beat the Dolphins by probably 10 or more points, and I'm looking forward to that. Next game I got, this is just a game where I just want this team to turn around. It's the Bengals and Chiefs. Chiefs should win this one. Bengals don't really have Joe Burrow. They don't have the resources right now. Jake Browning is on and off with his play. So the Chiefs, this could be a confidence booster for them, and they could go into Week 18 with a win from the Bengals. The next game I got is Steelers and Seahawks. These are two teams that are fighting to get in the playoff race. So this is going to be a big-time game. It's going to be probably a shootout between the Steelers quarterback and the Seahawks quarterback, Geno Smith. And I just want to see what they're going to do. Week 17 is very interesting because now these are some of the teams that need to turn around Got to start making playoff runs, start keeping teams out of playoff contention. And I'm looking forward to it. I'll be sitting on my couch Saturday through Monday looking at these teams play. Now, as we approach the end of the podcast, I would like to say thank you for watching. As always, you can like, subscribe, and comment. This is the end of my podcast, episode 1, week 16 in review. And I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you next time.